Hello and welcome to Lesson 7 of Web Design and Development for Higher Computing Science. Today we're looking at grouping. This is a way of applying all the styles that we've learned already, but much more efficiently. We'll be working with this website today, which looks fantastic, but there are some issues, specifically with the CSS. Now before I go into that, let me explain what these things are. These hash keys, these hash characters with a 6-character code after it. These are called hexadecimal codes or hexadecimal colors. They're used to apply a color to a piece of text or to a background or to anything that can have a color. This is an alternative method. If you go to the W3 School's website and go to CSS colors, you'll see all the colors that I've shown you before in previous videos. You'll notice not only do they have a name, they also have a hexadecimal color. If you go to CSS color values on the same website, it will tell you all about hexadecimal colors. All you really need to know is that if you want to set a color, you can use the hash character and you can add 2 characters for red, the next 2 characters are for green, and the last 2 characters are for blue. So let's take a look at this website's styles. You may notice, if you've got eagle eyes, that there are lots of styles that are being applied that are identical. All these colors are the same color. Now it's a little inefficient, it's quite inefficient to type it out all these times. What's that, 5 separate times? So what we could do instead is let's add them all to a single line of code where we set the color. So we need the header, the main, the footer, the H1 and the A. So we could say header, main, footer, H1 and A, and we can apply that color in one fell swoop. This is how you group selectors together. You just type them out with a comma in between. And now I can delete all of these color settings inside every other line of CSS. There we have it. So if I save this and go back to the web page and I refresh it, you'll notice that absolutely nothing changed. That's perfect. But let's just say I did want all of my text to have a different color. Let's say I wanted to add a bit of red. So those first 2 characters, we can add a bit of red. Let's make it 66. Save it, refresh. There we are, a slightly more red color. If we want to add the maximum red, FF is the maximum. There we are. Beautiful, right? Much more efficient. There are some other areas of the CSS that is slightly inefficient. This 0.4 rem appears 3 times. We can do the same thing again. We wouldn't want to add it into this line of code that we just created because padding 0.4 rem is not being applied to the H1s or the A tags. So if I were to add it to this line of code, although that would be very efficient, it would apply the wrong styles. It's only the header, main and footer that gets a padding of 0.4 rem. And then that means I can delete it from the header, the main, and the footer elements. I can save, go back to my web page, refresh, and nothing changed. But let's say I wanted to increase the padding of those 3 elements. I now only need to increase it in one place. Save, refresh, boom. There we go. So that's a very quick demonstration of grouping selectors so that you can apply a style to all of those selectors. Not only does it save you a lot of code, instead of typing this out 5 times and typing this out 3 times, I just type out the rule once, and it means I can apply a change to these. If I want to make this text white, that would be FF, FF, save, refresh. See how quick and easy that is? One single style needed changed, and every page on my website would get those changes. Very nice. So I hope you've enjoyed this one. The next one is about descendant selectors. I'll see you then.